Gotta get away, get away. Gotta get away, get away. Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? Like the tiger, you can see his stripes, but you know he's clean. Oh, don't you see what I mean? Gotta get away, get away. Gotta get away, get away. It is Minecraft hours, my dudes. Oh, my nose is all stuffed up. I apologize. To the hello, how's it going? The weather change has given me an issue with my sinuses, as is normal for me, because I have totally fucked up sinuses. And I have miso ramen because I am a cool bitch, apparently. The baddest bitch of the Midnight Sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? In the land of the lost horizon, where the queen lies dark and cold, then the strange ones came, and the chains were out. Who instead of is texting me? Is it the guy who was messaging me earlier? No. Ah, it's a friend of mine. Some dude, some dude yesterday on one of the Discord servers I'm on messaged me out of the blue. He doesn't know that I'm, on YouTube or nothing. But, he just messaged me because he's seen me post selfies and shit. And he's like, "You're a gamer girl, you're a goddess." And I'm like, okay. Cool. Epic gamer moment. And then he's like, "Are you old enough to send nudes? Can I see a real pic of you?" And so I start sending him the most ridiculous shit. I sent him a picture. Eventually he was like, "Are you old enough to send nudes?" And I sent him a picture of me in my Assassin's Creed costume. It's very, off-the-cuff costume-wise in terms of the picture. But, I'm kind of messing with my hair a little bit. Looks kind of sexy. Of course, I'm dressed up as Ezio, so that's very, very sexy of me. And, it says, "Yeah, I'm old enough to send nudes, but I'm also old enough to send this hidden blade into your eye socket." And he's like, "No, my eyes are precious." And I'm like, "Well, apparently your fucking mouth isn't." Well, you say this shit, buddy. I love doing that. I love fucking with dudes who message me and they're like, "Hey, can I see your tits?" Sure! And then I just send them, pictures of birds or something. There's a subreddit called r/praying mantis. And the users do this shit all the fucking time. And it's so funny. Carrots. I am a farm bird. I farmed. Speeps. Potats. Yeah, I fucking love when these dudes, like, message me right out of the blue. Oh yeah, I deleted those streams because they kept getting copyrighted for some reason. And I'm like, yeah, no. So, yeah, that's why those aren't up anymore. And they just, to me, weren't very good. I didn't have anything particularly interesting going on with them. So, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I just didn't feel they were good at that point. So. Now, remind me, is a polycule like a polyamorous relationship? Is that what that is? I'm not an expert because, you know, I don't know what the fuck my sexuality is, so. I mean, it's like women hot, men hot, even, you know, trans people hot, non-binary people hot. I guess I'm pansexual, but I'm like, ah, yes, hot. I want this person to, yes. These guys are so cute. I have to have the fail-safe door so they don't escape. Yeah, The Sims is strange, but, yeah, I'm gonna stream them, I think, today. We need to kill Bishop. I've been going to kill Bishop, but as far as things are going, I'm trying to, like, starve him for a while. Just basically torture him, because he deserves it. Not his VA or his mod creators, of course. We're gonna kill him. In Minecraft! In Minecraft, you know. But first, let's, you know, cause inbreeding between the sheep. It's fine. Everybody get busy getting busy. Everybody busy, 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 wizzy, wizzy, wizzy. Make babies. Making all those babies. Make all the babies, baby. Get busy getting busy. Hell yeah. Everybody get busy getting busy. Yeah. I need to find a better system of collecting eggs. Like, I need to make, like, whatchamacallit? No, no, no! Oh, damn it. Alright, well, fine, whatever. Here's your punishment, animal. Oh! Now we have 2 of them! This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them. Okay. I just am not familiar with, like, polycules and stuff. It's not, you know, like, I don't like it or anything. I don't know enough about it. Like, that was also me years ago with, like, transgender people. Like, back when I was in high school, there was a person who, I'm not sure if they were non-binary or female to male, but they were very feminine presenting, and I would continue to call them, like, she. But I didn't understand at the time how big an issue, you know, misgendering someone was. Because, you know, it wasn't that I was, like, you know, intolerant. I just didn't know shit. It's like, I misgender you because I'm stupid, not because I'm transphobic or anything. I just, legit, my brain is like, okay, this person looks like a man. Okay, this person looks like a woman. And, like, I have more trouble with, like, the women who want to be men. Like, as far as, you know, men, you know, in some cases it's semi-obvious that, you know, it's a trans man becoming a woman, and that's fine. You know, I don't have an issue with it. Sometimes, though, I'm like, okay, is this like a lesbian woman, or is this, you know, a transgender person? And my brain breaks, and I don't know what to do, so I'm like, oh, okay. That's fine. And then I get it wrong, and they're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening. It's not that I'm intolerant, I'm just stupid. I have no idea what's happening at any given time. Now, enough about that. Let's go on an adventure, baby. I'm gonna keep Lefiche with me because I like Lefiche. Let's grab Ho. One thing I also want to do... Where's the saddle? I want to go get a horsey. Yeah, I mean, it's like a misunderstanding thing, because it's not like, oh, well, I don't agree with that. I don't think that, you know, you can change your gender. Now, for me personally, I believe that, sex is the hardware, gender is the software. You know, you can be a guy, you know, like a trans woman who still has a penis, and I'll just be like, okay, yeah, your gender is female, but you were assigned male at birth, but if you get, like, surgery, I'll be like, okay, yeah. But, you know, sex is the hardware, gender is the software. That's fine. I hope none of this comes across as, like, offensive. I genuinely, you know, I have no issue with it. I'm not trying to sound like one of those people that's like, oh, well, yeah, I'm totally fine with it, and then when a trans person comes along, I'm like, hey, you can't change anything. No. I don't want to sound like that. I genuinely have a great respect for these people. And, you know, I understand. You know, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Or, PCOS. So, my body overproduces testosterone. And that's caused me to wonder sometimes, am I a boy? And, you know, did my body want me to be a boy? And, you know, I'm very comfortable and want to be feminine. But sometimes my body's like, you sure? You sure? You know, are you sure that's what you want? I'm like, yes. Please stop trying to change me, I'm comfortable. Sorry, I wanted ramen. Oh, the little axolotls. How is it it's actually supposed to be pronounced like Alalidal or Alejandra? Alejandro? I don't fucking remember. All I know is they live in the cenotes of Mexico. Also, this is just totally out of the blue. And yeah, I'm a little bit trying to distract from the original conversation just because, you know, I don't want to say something that, you know, I want to understand, I want to be, you know, it's not because I'm intolerant, it's just because I'm stupid and I was a sheltered kid. Hell, I didn't know what gay was until middle school. I mean, I just, you know, I remember this girl who was like, oh yeah, I have 2 moms. And I was like, huh? What? What does that mean? I was like, okay. You know, I was doing the Sappho and her friend thing. I was like, oh, they must just be really good friends. And then I found out women can like other women, and I'm like, wait, you can do that? You can do that? Now, I admit, like, when I was a kid, I was, like, a little weird about gay dudes. Not because I thought it was wrong, I just thought butt sex was gross. And then I learned, you know, they can do it in several other ways, and I'm like, oh. Okay, because, you know, for me, the bunghole is a one-way street. I don't need any of the funky business there. I'm not a, yeah. That's a one-way street for me. I don't want to. That's just not my thing. You know. But you know, then I learned later. Okay, if you like it, if that's your thing, then you know, who am I to judge? As long as you're not fucking kids or animals, I don't want to. I don't care. It was just unfamiliar to me at the time. I didn't know what the hell it was. I was like, oh, wait. Why? You can do that? How does it work? How do they you know, have sex. How do women do it? And then I eventually started watching lesbian porn, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'm into it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build a little lean-to here, I think. This is a one-horsey house. It's a pony house. Little lean-to. Because that's nice. Very Skyrim-esque. Just a little lean-to, because why not? Fucker. You know, that's the thing. As long as you're not fucking kids or animals and everybody is consenting, I don't care what you do. Hell, eat shit for all I care. I mean, well, actually, you know, if you do that, I'm gonna judge you very heavily. I know everybody's got their quirks, you know, but that's just... It's just straight up unsanitary, you know. Like, you're gonna get E. coli or some shit. That's no good. You know, it's weird. I had a dream last night, you know, specifically Metal, that I was watching you do a live stream, and I don't know where it came from. I just remember I was dreaming that you were doing a live stream, and I was, like, really excited, because, you know, I was like, ah! You're branching out, I'm so proud! And it just made me so happy, because it was just... Maybe my brain is psychic, I don't know. I've had things like that before. You know, like, something like that happens and then it comes true. Now, if I recall correctly... Oh yeah, no, I won't have to, put a gate, because horses jump. So... But yeah, I had a dream you were doing that. You know, if I ever became, like, rich... I'm totally willing to fund a good computer for you if I were, like, rich, because you've been, like, one of my oldest, you know, subscribers. I'm totally willing, if I could do that. Like, I'd pull the Mr. Beast thing. Because I like my subscribers, you know. If you're loyal enough to put up with my bullshit, you know, if you want to put up with my bullshit despite all the shit I say, you know, you're probably a cool person. I don't want to, you know, wreck that. Now, I'm going on an adventure! I'm going on an adventure! Oh, that's awesome! I just like my subscribers, because, like I said, if you're willing to put up with my bullshit, and despite my cringe sometimes, you know, because I'm terrified of, like, offending people, because I know how the internet can be. I've seen so many YouTubers get canceled for just dumb shit. Meanwhile, Vanoss is out here being, like, racist as fuck towards Asian people. To be fair, he is Asian. But, you know, he's like, yeah, thanks, you know, because he got the rice hat in, you know, fucking mini golf, and he's like, oh, it's the game's thank you for saying, you know, thanks for giving us COVID, you know. And it was just like, whoa, okay, buddy. I know you're Asian, but whoa. Okay. You know, that's another thing with YouTubers. I don't really give a shit what they say as long as they're not, like, blatantly racist or something. In terms of that, you know, hating people for, you know, their skin. I mean, like, certain jokes can be funny, as long as you don't believe them. I don't like making racist jokes just because it just, you know, it makes me feel bad. But, you know, some of these guys get away with it, and it's really funny. But it's just, you know, now this could be a little controversial, but one of the things that I was, you know, kind of shocked about was Call Me Carson. I like Call Me Carson. You know, even after his big thing with that girl, who was 17 and he was 19. Now, personally, I think, okay, yeah, she's underage, but it's a 2-year age difference. It shouldn't be that big a deal. I can understand why she was uncomfortable. I'm not saying Carson was innocent there. I mean, I saw the messages. But the thing was, I was looking at that and I'm like, that sounds like the shit I get on Reddit, like, all the time. I mean, back when I was, young on Reddit, I would get so many messages from people like, oh, you're high, meh. Then I turned 18 and they're like, never mind. I have had so many conversations like that. But then, you look at guys like Mini Lad who were, 24 and she was 14. That's fucked. That is totally fucked. It's not that I think the Carson thing was blown out of proportion, but, it seems a little, just, I don't know how to explain it. But, without coming across as sounding like, I'm supporting, definitely it was sexual harassment on Carson's part, not acceptable in any way. But, oh god. I have a bruise or something on my side, and god, it hurts. But, I understand that can sound kind of controversial, but, Carson's apology was one of those ones that I felt like was genuine. Like a genuine apology. I mean, you looked at Mini Lads, there's no way. He did not feel bad about that. And that pissed me off, because, I used to look up to that guy. Sure, people thought he was annoying, but, I saw the shit he was doing. Giving stuff to charity, doing the Thirst Project. I thought that was awesome. And you know what? If my YouTube career becomes semi-successful, I'm gonna start donating to the Thirst Project. It's kind of an apology for this dude, basically betraying their trust. Oh, dog baths. There is this channel I watch. It's called Girl with the Dogs. Oh my god, it's so funny. Because she's, polar bears. Hi, polar bears. Because, she gives all these different dogs baths, and they're just so funny. It's a very epic gamer moment. Anyway, I apologize if anything I said came off as, weird. Obviously, I don't support, yeah, she was 17, he was 19, but I think that a 2-year age difference is not a big deal for anyone, but I can understand why people would get very uncomfortable with that, considering she was technically a minor. And in a lot of places, 16 is the age of consent, but I understand being, weirded out by it. Yeah, she is so wholesome. Very nice, Canadian woman. I saw a video today on Reddit that made me just start wailing. Because it was this guy, he came across these kittens that had been dumped outside, and they were frozen to the ground. Like, their tails were frozen. And I started crying, because he was so kind. He's like, oh, it's okay, I'll get you out. And he's, he got them out, he got some coffee from his car, and he poured it there, and the kittens immediately started drinking it. And he's like, oh, no, don't drink the coffee. You don't need the coffee. Oh, you don't need the coffee, eh? It's just, I was in tears, because it was just so wholesome. I love videos like that. There was this channel a long time ago, I don't know if it's still around, but I saw it in the early days of the r/iblex subreddit. Or was it Enough Internet, which I'm high-key glad was banned. But, it hurt me. Because this dude would pretend he was saving a kitten. The same kitten would be shown every single time. Like, he was purposely abusing the cat, and eventually it died. And I just, I didn't watch the videos, but I saw a thing about it. Don't watch this guy, and oh my god, it hurt. knowing that people do that. You know, I can't imagine doing that. I can understand, like, now I'm kind of a country kid, you know. At my grandmother's, there is a feral cat colony, and sometimes the cats get, you know, very, very sick, and they just can't be saved. Now, we can take them to a vet, but the thing is, having them euthanized is extremely expensive. You know, we're talking $600 a cat. And, you know, we can't afford that. So sometimes we have to do it ourselves. And, you know, we do it very humanely. We just, you know, shoot them. It's quick. It's, you know, you don't let them suffer. And I've had to do it a few times with very, very sick kittens, and you know, it hurts. It hurts. I don't like having to do it, but, you know, it's kinder in the long run. I've had people be like, "You're a psychopath. You're a sicko for this." And I'm like, well, you know, living on a farm, things are kind of different. You know, having that colony of animals, you know, it's very important that, you know, sometimes it's like, you know, they're sick and they're going to get others sick. And you kind of have to, you got to keep it from spreading, because there's this thing called, like, the Khaleesi virus that some of these cats have, and their eyes get, like, really gross and crusted over and nasty. And, you know, sometimes there's just no saving them, and it's kinder to help them. And by that, I mean, you know, putting them down. And I know that sounds very callous and very, you know, cruel, but like I said, we do it humanely. Most of the time, it's my dad who does it. My dad doesn't like cats. He doesn't, like, take pleasure in killing them, but, you know, he doesn't like cats. So he sees it as kind of a necessity. Now, I don't agree with that. But I've had to do it before, and every single time it just hurts. It is very hard. I remember, and the first time I had to do it just fucking killed me. Now, there was one that I had to put down, and this is very graphic, so, you know, be warned, you know, if you don't want to hear this, but we have a coyote population in the area. And at one point, I came across a cat at my grandmother's who'd been attacked. It was missing its back legs, and its guts were hanging out, and it was, you know, in a lot of pain. I did not have a gun, but my father taught me that you know, it's very quick, and it won't hurt the cat very much, but what you do is you take, like, a shovel, and you separate the spinal column. You hit it quick on the neck, and that'll break the neck. And I know, it sounds very, very cruel, but it's, you know, all I could do at that point. You know, I didn't want to, you know, just bludgeon the poor thing, but I knew how to do it, you know, as quickly as possible, because it was suffering, and there was not going to be any saving it. I mean, it was literally missing legs. It would not have survived. It obviously had a spinal damage thing to it. It was so hard. I've never honestly been able to shoot a cat. I've had to do it with the shovel because, you know, it's quick. I'm always afraid that I'm gonna miss with a gun, even if I were to shoot it point blank. I can't do that. Also, I have very sensitive hearing, and the gunshot, even from a small gun, is just gonna blow my eardrums. But, you know, I've learned to do it very, very quickly. And I know this is a very hard conversation to look at, or to hear, but sometimes it's really the kindest thing you can do, is put the animal down. Because, you know, I understand, like, if I found a cat that was, you know, sick, and there was a chance you could save it, I will always try to save the animal. If there is a chance, I will do whatever I can to help. You know, I will, my parents get really mad at me, because sometimes I find, like, an injured bird or something, and I bring it home, and my dad's like, you know, there's no way this thing is gonna survive. And usually it doesn't. I do what I can. I've taken things to wildlife rescues. At one point, there was a baby deer that had been abandoned in the woods, and we left it there for several hours, thinking the mom would come back. But, the thing is, a hunter had likely shot the mother, because we had some poachers on our property at the time. So I brought the damn thing home, and my dad was like, oh god, what is that? Don't bring that home. what? Oh God! So what we ended up doing is we kept it for the night, and the thing was obviously very weak. It was too young, and the more because we didn't have. It was like basically the middle of the night. We couldn't really get it to a wildlife sanctuary until the morning. So we waited. I stayed up with it all night, giving it some goat's milk and trying to get it situated, some water. It was so cute because it would just, it would stand up on its little spindly legs. It could not walk, though. It was very sick. And then in the morning, just before we got the goat's milk for it, it it died. And, it was too young. There was no way it would survive. We couldn't, there was no way to help it. So I know that's a very hard thing to hear, but, they just couldn't get it in time. So. But yeah, like, the first time I had to kill a cat was when I was maybe 13. Too young for it, but, I mean, I'd seen my dad do it before, and it always, like, made me scream. I would always get so upset if I saw him do it. But, what I did is, the little kitten, it was very cute, but the thing was, it had deformities. It had a flipper foot, and it couldn't walk properly, so I would play with it. It was very cute. I called her Pumpkin, because it was around Halloween. And one day I came up to the barn where we kept the horses at my grandmother's house. And she was clearly dying in a lot of pain. And I sat with her for several hours, but it was very clear she was not going to survive. I didn't want to see her suffer because, she was wailing. And so I grabbed the shovel and I did what had to be done. I mean, it wasn't pleasant. I took no joy in it, but there's literally nothing you could do. It's sometimes just kinder. I mean, the poor thing was shitting itself. It was, oh God, I don't want to cry talking about that, but I try to be open about this, because, I'm one of those, people who's like, okay, well, if I get popular, people are of course gonna, like, go back. They're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna find anything we can to destroy this bitch's life. So I try to be open about it, because somebody's gonna find out eventually, and they're gonna be like, okay, you're a monster, and I'm just, I want a chance to explain myself. Because I feel it's important to get these things out there, because... Froggy! I'm sorry, I have to get the Froggy. How do I capture Froggy? Can I capture Froggy? How do I capture the Froggy? I need the Froggy. Hi, Froggy. How do I need you. How do I help you? I want Froggy. I need Froggy. This is my important thing now. I need a Froggy. I thought you could, capture them. Maybe I have to find tadpoles or something? I don't know exactly where you find those. If you can find them in the swamp or, that's my main concern now, because, those cats are gone. It's more about the froggies now. I need froggies. Frogs and toads are like my favorite critter. Frog catch you. In Soviet Russia, you don't catch frog. Frog catch you. Look at him. Oh, I love froggies. But I don't know enough about the new update to know where to get the frog spawn. Other than, just on... What the fuck's going on over here? What the hell? So, yeah. I want the Froggy. That's my main concern now. I want Froggy. You must get Forged. I'm gonna get a frog and I'm gonna name it Forg in Minecraft. I actually have a toad. She's currently hibernating. When I caught her, she was ready to go to sleep. Basically, I've had wild toads for years, and they've always been very, very well cared for. The first one I caught, her name was Jabba, and I so desperately wanted, like, a little toad. So my parents were like, I don't think you should keep it. She's wild. She should be outside. And, I begged and pleaded, and finally they're like, fine, fine, we'll, get a terrarium for her. And Jabba lived for 7 years, which, in the, in the, uh, uh, in the wild, a toad can usually live 3 to 4 years before something will happen to it. Now, Jabba lived a very happy life, but, she ended up, at one point I was feeding her, and, I picked her up for a cuddle. She liked to cuddle. And, for some reason, she decided... She used to climb up onto my shoulder and ride around like a parrot. It was very cute. But, that day she decided to jump, and, it hemorrhaged her, and she passed pretty quickly. I was devastated. My mom and I were just devastated. And then, during COVID, my horse stepped on one. Like, our horses, we took them out to graze with the nice grass, and I heard this rustling, and I heard this sound, like, the horse got startled. And, I heard this sound, and I looked down, and there's a toad. Like, she was trying to nibble at it, and of course I'm like, Gypsy, no! No! I thought she'd stepped on it and then tried to eat it. But, no. So I took her home. I took the toad home. And I put her in Jabba's old terrarium. And the problem with... She was Leia. I give them all Star Wars names. But Leia... This was a little while ago. She, I don't know how it happened. If it was, because I was feeding her wild bugs. Because I'd never had a problem with that with Jabba. We fed her stuff from the wild. It was, even though you're not really supposed to do that with, frogs and toads, because it can get them sick. But something happened with her, and she developed this giant lump in her leg. And my dad and I were like, okay, well, we're going to keep an eye on this. Because, we'd rescued toads before. Like, there have been ones in the area who've gotten, like, knocked around by a car, or they've got some sort of injury, so we'd kind of rehabilitate them and let them go. But, we did the best we could, but at one point, we thought it was an infection. And we were going to wait before we, tried to drain it, and eventually we did aspirate it, but the problem was it burst on its own, and inside there were parasites. And we cleared them out, but the problem is the wound eventually got very infected, and she passed away. I ended up burying her, and it just... yeah. We only have one now, because the older one passed away, I think, around 2018. But, yeah, we had a Rocky Mountain quarter horse named Buck, and a half Arabian half quarter horse named Gypsy. Gypsy's still around. She's a good girl. They were too old to be ridden when we got them, so basically we were letting them live out their golden years at my grandmother's. We got them for free, actually, but the thing is, the horses were the only part that was free. We had to spend a lot of money to get them, vet bills and all that shit. They're well treated. Well, the one is now, but she's very much a princess. She is our little Arabian princess. You go up to feed her, and if her food is 2 minutes late, she'll start wickering at you and just... And when you feed her, she lifts her hoof very, very delicately, as if she's threatening to paw at the ground. She is such a little princess, and I love her. Forg, I want Forg. How to capture Forg? Here, I'm gonna look this up because I want a frog so fucking bad. Let's see here. How to capture frogs in Minecraft. Okay. So, so, okay, so how do you get a froggy? You can't get him. Okay. Uh... So basically, it looks like you can't. Yep, the Arabian mares are very, very, princesses. They're big princesses. But she's a good girl. She's a good girl, and we love her very much. Where in fuck are froggy spawn? I need frog. So it looks like the best way we can do this is to find frog spawn and put it in a bucket. Like, we need tadpoles so we can put them into a bucket. And then we can take them home. So now that's going to be our prerogative, is get the frog. Also, I need some of these lily pads to put in the farm, because if you fall into the water, you jump up and then everything goes to shit and you do stuff. They are just, but yes, Arabian mares are big, pretty princesses. Every time I think of, an Arabian horse, I think of that movie, The 13th Warrior, which is based off of a book called The Eaters of the Dead by Michael Crichton, which starts with the manuscripts of a traveler named Ibn Fadlan from Baghdad, and essentially he travels through Russia. He meets the Tartars, the Turks, everybody. And, of course they're very afraid of the Tartars, so, they're getting out of there. They meet the Rus, who are basically Vikings. He makes friends with this Viking called Bolvi, and goes to their longhouse, and eventually, where Michael Crichton picks it up, and he does an excellent job of it, because, Michael Crichton is huge into, being historically accurate. So, essentially, he starts that there's a prophecy that 13 warriors will have to go and stop the fireworm, or the Vendel, and the Vendel being Vandals. The Vendel are Vandals, essentially, and the Rus basically hated these dudes in the book. So, it was a big thing. And it's strange, the movie actually did not gross very high at the box office. I'm not exactly sure why. They had a hell of a budget. Now, I watched the movie several times, and I noticed there are quite a few, historical inaccuracies with costumes. Like, at one point, Bullseye's wearing this, 15th century, Italian armor, and I'm like, hold up. What? Yo, what? This is, 952 AD. This is not right. They wouldn't have had scale mail like that and all that, so... But yeah, it's a good movie either way. I mean, they have Antonio Banderas playing Ibn Fadlan. I mean, that's pretty hot. And it's a young Antonio Banderas, so yeah, before he had all the plastic surgery, and he's yum. He looks kind of like he did in Desperado, which I still need to watch. I think Desperado's pretty cool. Like, the idea. A guitar case that's full of guns, that's just cool. Egg. There's so many eggs. Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time? But yeah, anyway, the movie's damn good for what it is, and it's just... Now, why was I talking about this? I forget. Oh, yes, the horses. So, in the movie, it's very funny, because Ibn Fadlan has his horse, which is a white Arabian. And, Arabians are very small horses. And so, of course, the Vikings ride the bigger horses, and so they're teasing his horse. They start going, ruff, ruff. And they're teasing the horse, and of course, Ibn's like, they call him Ibn because, you know, he says Ibn means son of. It's Ibn al-Abbas, Ibn Fadlan, and, you know, hell, you think of like, Altair Ibn Lahad, or whatever the hell, however the fuck you say his name. And, you know, from Assassin's Creed, it means son of. So the guys are like, oh, your name's Ibn now, and so that's kind of neat. But, you know, so they start teasing the horse, and, you know, he's like, what the hell, what's going on? So his friend's like, oh yeah, they're saying something like only an Arab would ride a dog to war, because it's such a small horse. And, you know, that sounds a little racist, but, you know, it's funny. And, of course, in the movie, what he does is he rides the horse around, shows how high it can jump, like, jumps over this guy's horse, and it was just so funny. Like, you know, they're like, holy shit, this is awesome! He can ride that thing like crazy, it's awesome, so, you know. Oh, but it's such a fun movie. Because, you know, Ibn Fadlan is Muslim, so you get to see that cultural difference. You know, the Vikings are very much like, oh, well, you believe in one god, and, like, why? Surely that there's gotta be, one god can't do all that, and he's like, okay, that's kind of blasphemous, and, you know, I don't appreciate that. Allah is the one man, or the one man show, essentially. You know, it's an interesting book and movie. But, you know, it's just very interesting to see that cultural difference, because he's like, oh, they're surprisingly clean. They wash a lot. Though, he's highly disgusted by their ritual of cleaning in the morning, because basically what they do is they'd pass around a bowl of water. Now, what you do is you take the bowl, you'd wash your face, rinse out your mouth, and spit it back into the bowl. You could blow your nose, all that. Right back into the bowl and pass it on. You pass it on to your buddy. And, you know, he's like, oh god, that's fucking nasty. So, you know, it's funny. Forg. I love the frogs. I want a froggy so bad. You know, he's like completely disgusted by it. He's like, holy shit, that's fucking ugh. And at one point in the story, they've had a huge battle. The Vandals have invaded the little settlement. They're trying to get him back, and it's just been a big battle. He's kind of gone into a blood rage. He's freaking out because he thinks he's dead. And so he comes back with his friend, and he's like, okay, he's really rattled. And so his friend is drinking mead from a horn. And he's like, here, you want some? And he's like, you know, I cannot partake in the fermentation of wheat or grapes. And his friend starts laughing, and he's like, what the hell? And he says, it's honey! So he just takes the thing and downs it. It's fucking great. Yeah, he's a cool dude. You know, at one point, Bulvi's like, you know, Bulvi's cool. One thing I have, though, Fiotra's accent in, you know, my series is inspired by Bulvi. Because Bulvi is just fucking awesome. You know. I love that name, too. Bulvi. And I kind of picture Fiotra's father looking like Bulvi. Or being very similar to Bulvi. You know, just very stoic and cool. Sounds sort of like this. And it's just so interesting. I love that story. You know, even if the movie had a lot of costume issues and some weird shit going on, it was still very cool. I mean, that movie had some really banger parts to it. You know, Fiotra would have just loved... I feel like she would have really... In fact, Fiotra's original story was kind of inspired by this book. You know, originally Fiotra was going to be, you know, straight. Essentially what I wanted was an exiled Roman to come, because this, you know, this would have been the fall of the Roman Empire, around that time. Now, I wanted it to take place in, like, the 900s. Kind of like Ibn Fadlan's manuscript. And I was thinking they'd be from Norway, but, you know, going on major trade routes, shit like that. And at some point they come across a Roman who has, you know, he pretends he's a Christian, essentially. But the thing is, he still worships the old, you know, Roman gods, which at the time, big no-no, because Christianity was really taking root. And his name was Tacitus, and you know, Feotra would tease him. She's like, "Oh, you're soft. You're no warrior. You're blah blah blah. This, that, and the other." And, you know, he'd be like, you know what? You're a heathen and a bitch, and I hate you." And so, you know, it's that back and forth. Eventually, they were gonna fall in love, but then I was like, you know, I don't like that as much. And then the Last of Us Part 2 trailer was released. And it was kind of hinted that Ellie was going to go on a feral lesbian rampage, because it was teased that instead of a different character dying, it was going to be her girlfriend, Dina. It was kind of hinted like that was going to be the issue. And when that didn't happen, you know, I thought, okay, free game. Or fair game, my turn. So I stole that and I created Idrun. Because I thought, okay, that could be... What the fuck is that? That is a terrifying sound. So then I came up with Idrun, and then I was like, okay. Her original story was eventually to take place in the modern story of Feotra the Godless in a real-life based thing. You know, she started in Skyrim. Like, she was one of my Skyrim characters. And, of course, named after the Sibyl of Dibella, Feotra. You know, because I heard the name and I was like, oh, that's so pretty! I need to use that. And so I came up with Feotra the Godless. And so I wanted to make a real-life based story. I didn't have a story for her in Skyrim yet. But her story in real-life based was supposed to be in Norway with Tacitus and all that. But then, like I said, The Last of Us Part 2 trailers started dropping, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do a revamp on this. So I came up with the idea that, you know, because this would have been... What I ended up doing is putting her in 800s Iceland. So this would have been during the time of, you know, Christianity was really taking hold in Iceland, you know. They were writing, you know, the big manuscripts and shit about it. And, sorry, I got distracted there. Why puppies? There are puppies there. But damn it, I want a forg. I wish for a forg. I want a forg. Now what I could do... You know, I have an idea. Alright, we're gonna build a little poop hut here, right? Okay. Go back to the swamp with the forgs. Sorry, I'm very distracted, but yeah. So I was gonna have it that her brother joined the priesthood. You know, essentially, behind their backs. You know, he'd always been a little weird. You know, very up his own ass about everything, so, you know. He was known for being, you know, a big asshole. Alright, gonna turn this on easy mode. Wait for shit to spawn. Do I have any food? No. But, yeah, so she eventually, you know, finds out it was her brother who did it, and she's really pissed off, you know, with that. She can't believe that he would do this, that, you know, he would allow Idrun to kill herself. So, of course, he's like, oh, well, you know, you're a fucking Sappist heathen, you should, you know, you should die, sort of thing, because, you know, very... extremely Christian. Oh, shit! Ah! Terrifying. Sorry. I got scared. I was scared. I got scared. So, Anyway, I'm gonna put it back on easy now. There's a slime. That's good. That's good. That's what I need. I need a slime. I do not have a sword. I have a pickaxe. God damn it. Alright, well. If I can avoid the Mr. Skeletals, that'll be handy. Oop, spider. I need that. Oh, shit. That's a lot of zombies. Well, if I can stay afloat in the water, that'll be helpful. You know, because then they can drown. Stay away. Stay away from me, you bitch. But, yeah, she eventually, you know, Christianity would eventually take over in Iceland and, you know, wreck everything. But... I'm gonna make you guys drown. Come on. Ya big bitches. So, yeah. That's basically what ended up inspiring her story in Skyrim. You know, I thought, okay, who's a very oppressive force in Skyrim? Ah, right! Perfect! Did I get any string? No. I need to kill another spider. Hey, buddy. Good. Oh god, here they come. Ah! No. Stay back, you big green penis. Ooh. I am scared. I am very scared. No. Here, I gotta... I am anxiety woman. So yeah, that's basically how I created Feotra. See if we can get some more spiders here. Wait, do I have any, no. No, I don't. Donkey! It's Donkey! So, yeah. That's her story. Can I please get a spider? Can I please get some spiders here? I need some spoders. That's a zombie. Come here, fucker. Boom. String. What I'm trying to do is get a lead rope so that I can, get the forg. You know what? Give me a minute. Let's chop down a tree. Do I have an axe? No, I don't. That's fine, though. I'll use a torch. It's all good. You know, I wanted Feotra to, you know, have that feral lesbian energy. Because she's just awesome like that. Big chip on her shoulder. Honestly, I would have been interested... I think she would make an interesting villain. I don't want her to be a villain, but, you know, the way she's had her story, I mean, that's how you make a villain. Sorry. Wanted some ramen. That's my breakfast. Even though it's 2:44 p.m. My sleep schedule is completely and utterly fucked. Okay. Crafting table. Oh, Baba Booey. Sticks. Little Baba Booey here. Oh wait, I already have cobblestone, so I'm just gonna make a stone sword here. Alright. Taboy! Okay, so now we're on easy mode. Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode. He on X Games mode. Oh my god, he on X Games mode. So, yeah, I thought that would be an interesting story. And honestly, the only reason she's with Kaiden is because Kaiden's hot. At least in my... Like, she's not together with him for, for me. Or, this is for me. I think Kaiden is just, sexy man. He is the sexy man, damn it. The sexy man can. I'm leaving this on peaceful real quick because I want to just wait until dark so shit will spawn again. I want Forg. This is how badly I would like a Forg, is because, Forg. But yes, Kaiden is 100% for me. That's my boy. Right there, I think he's the sexiest man alive. And at least in Skyrim. Forg! Hey, Forgy. Forg. I like the Forg. Lay Forg. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, chill here. Stretch! Big stretch. So, yeah, that's Fiotra. But if I make her into a mod, which I do plan to, eventually there's just a bunch of shit I'd need to get together. And, all of that. So... I need to do some, like, planning. Yes, he is the level of sweet and brooding. He is perfect. Now, of course, there's my, Assassin's Creed crossover with Ezio and Fiotra, because, I honestly, that's a power couple there, except, a power couple that's friends with benefits. I think that's just great. Because, those two are, they'd be a hell of a pair. He's a little confused by her ways, but, he's like, that's pretty fucking hot. And because it's Ezio, Fiotra's like, alright, look, I like women emotionally, but god damn it, you were just something else, sir. And so, of course, sexy times. I'm just jumping around because it's fun. Yeah, they just be, like, fucking amazing. Man, I just love that. I'd like to see that, like, turned into an animation of just Ezio and Fiotra. Because Fiotra's really, really tall. He's like 5'10", she's 6'7". I mean, that's tall. He's like, what the fuck is up with that? To kiss her, he's got to stand up on his toes and, like, pull her down a little bit so that he can actually reach her, which is pretty funny. That was, I'm gonna revamp the story that takes place during Assassin's Creed 2 and then post it. I need to post these on Archive of Our Own, Also, just on Archive of Our Own, there is a distinct lack of purely Ezio content. Just throwing that out there. There's plenty of Polnareff content. Very little in the line of Kaiden content, but there is a disturbing lack of Ezio. Everybody's after Altair and Jacob and everything. And Arno. Poor Arno. I actually really like Arno. He's had it rough. Poor dude. They did him so dirty. And they did, Elise so dirty, too. They did the whole thing just so dirty. Yeah, Ezio is just that kind of man. Oh yeah, Ezio would just totally be like, holy shit, this woman's so tall, and that is... Oh god, that's hot. Oh god, that's hot. Oh, holy shit, wow. Whoa, 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 wow, whoa, whoa, mommy? No. No, not mommy, that's weird, but... Damn, she's, Ooh. Ooh. I mean, I was reading through the one I wrote that took place, you know, during the events of Assassin's Creed 2. It's very patchwork. I noticed that I've thrown in some stuff just randomly that doesn't have anything much to do. Though I found this one scene that I'd completely forgotten I wrote. Basically, Ezio comes in. So when Fiocra was injured, Leonardo ended up nursing her back to health, and, you know, she stayed with him for a while. You know, and of course she and Leonardo got to know each other. She confessed to him that she was a lesbian. He confessed to her that he's gay, and, you know, all that. So they became good friends there. And, you know, he started teaching her about anatomy, and apparently at one point, you know, this isn't really stated, but she was curious about, like, how the male anatomy works, because, you know, it wasn't really her thing. She was like, okay, you know, what's there? What is that? You know, obviously I know what a penis is, I know what balls are, I've crushed quite a few of them, but, you know, what's inside? So he and Fiocra end up dissecting a penis and testicles, and so of course Ezio walks in during that, and, you know what, I have the part here. I want to read it, because it's just so funny. I can't believe I wrote it and it was funny. Normally the things I write aren't that funny. But, this was just... It caught me totally off guard because I forgot I wrote it. So, here we go. I came in one morning to find Fiocra and Leonardo dissecting a corpse on the table. Huh. So that's what they look like, Fiocra said, picking up something that looked like a slimy, soft egg, holding it in the light to get a better look. I assume you wondered because you've hit quite a few of them? Leonardo asked. Fiocra laughed. I'm not above hitting where it hurts, especially when their cock seems to be doing the talking. I stared at the organ in her hand when a rather horrible realization washed over me. Is that a testicle? I asked. Yes, it is, Ezio. This is what lies beneath the scrotum, Leonardo said, putting aside a few medical instruments. I must retrieve a sharper knife, but we were going to dissect and draw the penis next. Would you like to see? God, no! I exclaimed, instinctively covering my crotch. Fiocra snickered. Coward. I'm sorry, I just don't care to see something that I use quite often. It's not your cock! Look, I know, but look, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the principle, you know? It's just the idea, I shuddered. I forgot I wrote that, and it was funny. You know, there were some really good parts of that I'd just totally forgotten about. And when I read it, I was like, oh god, I completely forgot I wrote this. I do have one that's smut. That's written by, from Fiocra's point of view. I kinda want to read that one out loud, but I also kinda don't. Also, I apologize for my reading. I don't know how to do Ezio's voice with any sort of justice given to it, or Leonardo's. And, you know, when I read out a story like that, I just do it with my normal voice. Because it's better that way. Otherwise, it's gonna be just totally cringe. But, yeah. There was some other stuff there, but yeah, basically Fiocra comes home, or comes to Monteriggioni after she went back to Iceland for whatever reason. You know, maybe something was going on. I think it was, yeah, I had Templars threatening her homeland, even though she wasn't an assassin. She was like, yeah, no, I'm not putting up with this. So she goes and she fights them off. And she comes back and, you know, she's excited to see everybody. She's brought stuff for them, and, you know, eventually she sees Ezio and she's like, you know, oh god. You know, I've never done this before, but, you know, for some reason, he's just calling to me right now. And, you know, so he's of course gonna seduce her again, for whatever reason, so, you know, they end up doing the do, and that's fun. Yeah, I don't really feel like reading that one out loud now. But that's the gist. She comes home, they bang. Good stuff. I am ashamed to admit I have written amounts of smut. I have written amounts of smut. Let's just say it's an amount. It's not a lot, but it's not a little either. I'm lonely, okay? Whoop. Bonk. I want to get at least 64 of these. Something to keep me busy until nightfall. Bonk. 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 Oh, wait. Stupid noises. Be like, stupid noises. Stupid noises moment. Be like, stupid. What am I talking about? I've lost every semblance of brain cells today. No brain, head empty. Alright. Stuff's gonna start spawning soon. Should, anyway. And then we can get the Forgs. Oh, also, I realized the other day, I was talking about how they, Ezio and Fiocra in the first story had gone to the Medici Palazzo and gotten, you know, drunk as shit, and she puked on his boots. I actually realized I got that confused with another story. I had a completely different story that, where that happened. So, oddly enough, that one was pirates. You know, I actually, at one point, many years ago, my friend and I would do, like, you know, character role plays, just for shits and giggles. And, one of the stories we came up with was Assassin's Creed related. You know, it was, like, pirates. So, you know, around the time of Edward Kenway. Basically, this girl, her grandfather had been Edward Kenway, and it was just kind of neat. His character was descended from Ezio, you know, so fun stuff. But the thing was, you know, later on, it just kind of fizzled out, and I just felt like, you know, I like that story, I like that character duo, I want to, you know, make it a little more accurate. So I ended up writing a story about the son of an Italian merchant during, you know, the golden age of piracy, so very early 1700s. So basically around the time Assassin's Creed Black Flag takes place. So his name is Antonio, and he, now my friend's character's name was Saber, you know, because it was actually based off his Minecraft name, which was Sabertooth, so his character was Saber. So in my, you know, my story, I decided, okay, well, I'll have to make Saber a nickname. Now, the woman, the pirate girl, had a very, you know, modern name. Her name was Skylar. So, of course, I had to change that, and I turned her name to Moira, who was very, you know, she's a loose cannon, to say the least. And there was actually a couple versions of the story written over the years, but, you know, the main one, she, essentially, Saber is in a shipwreck, and the way he earned his name is he, oh, fuck me. What is that? Oh, God, that's... What is that thing? I forget. I just want a slime. Leave me alone. I need a spider, please. Just leave me alone. So anyway, yeah, she, Saber earned his name because his father had a lot of English on his ship, essentially, and, so he was, at one point, their ship was attacked by pirates, and he looted some swords from one of them, a pair of sabers. And because he'd been training with his father to fight, you know, he decimated the enemy forces, and they were like, "Oh yeah, your name's Saber now." So he learned English traveling with them, and you know, bunch of other stuff was cool. So at one point, his ship with his father is attacked by pirates. His father is killed by a stray cannonball, and so he watched his dad die. The ship's powder stores blow. You know, he's blown off the ship. He washes ashore in Nassau. And, you know, he's lying there. And my cat is actually in this story. Kitty Cat. She's in the story. So, he washes up on the shore, and he wakes up. He's in a ton of pain. You know, he's got a big gash across his face. He's in a lot of pain. And, you know, sunburnt, dehydrated, all that. So he Alright, Creeper, I'm gonna let you blow this man to fuck. Let's see if I can lure that slime over here. I don't know if I can. But yeah, she, Oh my god, everything can fuck off right now. Hey you, I'm going after you first. Thank you. Oop, this is a little much for me to handle. Here, I'm gonna skedoodle here on that. Let's eat some flesh. Yeah, that gives me weird shit going on, but, let's see if I can get some, health back there. Not much, I guess. Yeah, so, alright, sorry, I'm reading the thing here. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Saucy Jack. Saucy Jack. I love that. Saucy Jack. But yeah, so, you know, he washes ashore, he wakes up in a lot of pain, and there's this cat nuzzling at him. And he's like, oh, what the hell? And he just hears this voice, and he finds it to be very androgynous. It's kind of in the middle, but decidedly feminine. And, he just hears, what did you find, Kit? And you know, he looks up, and there's this woman coming towards him. Well, he thinks it's a man at first, but they've got this long, blonde, curly hair, and the face is pretty androgynous. So, yeah, he's like, okay, is this person gonna help me? He reaches out, he needs help. And she's like, oh, you poor sod. And you know, she sounds like a well-to-do English governess rather than a pirate. And he's like, okay, maybe she's just a little eccentric. Maybe that's the issue with her. But yeah, I know what a phantom is. Sorry, I got totally distracted with that. But, that's right, they're called phantoms. But she, you know, she ends up taking him back to her ship, which is called the Jörmungandr. After, you know, the sea serpent. And, you know, she ends up nursing him back to health. And then eventually she's like, yo, you want to join my crew? And he's like, what the fuck? Are you a pirate? And, you know, for whatever reason, he's a little dense. Not exactly a himbo, but not the sharpest tool in the shed. So he's like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Are you a pirate? And she's like, look, I'm sorry. You know, serious PTSD issues. Now, Moira is, like, daddy issues personified. Her father was, like, an asshole. He was a total asshole, treated her like shit. He ended up becoming a pirate. He ran away. You know, he ran off to the West Indies. Eventually was captured by the Spanish and hanged, but somehow he escaped. And she didn't know that yet. But so, Saber's father's ship was actually attacked by her father. So that's how that came about. Hey, Spooter, I kind of need you here. Hi. What the hell, you dick? Oh, you dick. But, yeah, sorry, Piggy. I need lay meats. I need meats. Sorry. I need food. So, yeah, so he finds out, like, it's an interesting story, I would say. And, you know, he eventually starts to fall in love with her. And then the story starts off kind of slow. So she, you know, that's kind of how that went. She, But then the main point of the story is she needs to, find her father and either bring him to justice or kill him. So that's her story. Now that's one I wouldn't mind reading out, because it's just fun. Maybe I could read that while I wait for the dark to come again on here. I mean, she's a semi-interesting character, not super interesting, but, you know, it would also give me a chance to practice my British accent, because she's, you know, very British. Saber is, you know, he sounds British when he talks, you know, just because he knows English so well. So, you know, he has that ever so slight hint of Italian, but not really at that point, so, yeah. I'll have to just sit here and consider it for a bit. I'm not exactly sure if I want to or not. Sorry, Piggy. No, I'm gonna do this with the pickaxe just because I want to save my sword for, you know, mobs. Sorry, Piggy. Thank you. So, let me, pull it out. It's not the best story ever, you know, by any stretch of the word. There's actually, two versions of it that I've recovered. One of them is, you know, she is just totally a loose cannon. She is just completely a loose cannon. Crazy. Basically Jack Sparrow. And you know, it's pretty fun. Here, I'll read that one, because it's older, it's shorter, and, a lot of fun. There it is. Let me look through here. I don't know about this one. I don't know. Yeah, no, that one's just garbage. Let me see, where's the better one? Oh, that's right. No, his name's Ilario. It's not Antonio. It was originally Antonio, but This is written pretty shittily, but I think I could... I think I can read this out. Wouldn't be too spicy. But, yeah. Maybe later. Maybe later, because I can't see the chat. I want to see reactions and whatnot. I can pull up the chat on my laptop, but I'm just lazy. I'm so fucking lazy, man. So I'm gonna eat my ramen. Good shit. Good shit. But yeah, Moira's interesting. Daddy issues personified, but really cool. Alright, let me think here. What, hours is it in-game? It appears to be around noon. No, you're fine, friend. I need a thing. Oh, right, I don't even have enough for a lead yet, so... I gotta wait. My lips are so fucking chapped. It's ridiculous. Ugh. Yucky. I have no idea. Distracted. Swamp. I'm very far away from my home, I think, so the frogs are going to be a pain in the ass to bring home. But... Bone. Bye. Oop! Oopsies. I'm glad I'm on, easy, or peaceful mode. I need 64 lily pads. Just because. '61, 62, 63, and 64. Excellent. Sounds like something I'd make on, like, GarageBand. It's nice. Well, maybe not GarageBand. I don't know. I don't think I'd have the talent to put this together. I do music, but it's not, you know, amazing. I'm gonna make another sword just in case. No. Sword. I'll use this one up first. The funny Forg. Yeah, I never felt very comfortable reading out any of my fan fiction, like, out loud. I mean, I wish I could, but it just seems a little... I don't know. Uncomfy. That's right, I wanted some of the pork chops. Alright, I think I can put this on easy mode now. Find a slime somewhere. My mango is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. Hun, 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 hun. I don't know why I said that. I think it was because I was going to say my main goal is to get a hold of a slime. But I don't know. Come on. Where the hell are you? Am I on easy? Yeah. I guess I'm just impatient. That's a normal thing for me, is impatience. Oh my, yes. I'm gonna try to evade you, because you are not my main concern. No. I seeketh the slime. I hear creatures, and I don't fucking like it. I want you to leave me alone. I want you to leave me alone. Where in hell is a slime? They do spawn here. Do they not? This is a swamp. A swamp. It's a savanna biome. Come on. You piss shit, fucker. Piss shit fucker. I mean, I have a talent to string things together. Don't I? Hell yeah. Where the fuck is the slime? I have seen them. In this biome. There's a lot of spiders. There we go. Don't look at the Enderman. He will get mad. He will get angry. I don't like angry Endermen. They're scary. They're too scary. My question is, where the fuck are the slimes? If I am going to capture forgs, I need slimes. Come on, you bitches. Where are ya? Fucking bastards. Where... Oh, web. No. Stay away. I'm up here now. Good luck. And now I just dropped down right beside it, didn't I? Whoop whoop. Oh, hello. Can you not, please? Let's not look at the endy friendy. Endy friend. Alright. Cows. Ah! Anxiety. No. Leave me alone! I just want a slime. That's literally all I want is a slime. Please. Please, just allow me to slime. That sounds very gross. And wrong. But fuck it. Oh no. Stay away. Back up. Stay back, fucker. There we go. Oh, great. Skeleton. Mr. Skeletal, no. No need. Mr. Skeletal, this is unnecessary. Mr. Creeper, it is unnecessary. I just want, oh god. No. I just want slime. Literally all I need. Literally all I need is a slime. Thanks, friend. That was the boost I needed. No. Shit. Leave me alone. Oh god. No, 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 no. Oh god, the anxiety. Oh god. No. Leave me the fuck alone, please. Oh god. Just gonna wait here. Scan the area. What is he doing? Oh well, Minecraft physics moment. I hate how the zombies can see you from so far away. That's very nerve-wracking. Most of the time you don't even know they're coming. Oh god. What? Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna turn it back on. See if I can find a slime, which I doubt will happen. Thanks. Ugh. This is infuriating. Wait. Is that? No. was Creeper. Such bullshit. I'd seen one earlier. That makes me mad. Leave me alone, please. Enderman noises. That was fucking terrifying. I didn't know I was capable of making that noise. I don't want... I want slime. Do slime spawn during the day? I don't feel like they do. I don't think they do. I haven't played this game in a hot minute, so I don't remember. Yeah, I don't think so. Fucking bullshit. Just trying to locate more swamp so that I have a better chance of swampifying. There's the little poop shack. Don't they also spawn underground? I feel like I could find a cave or something that would have them. Like, I know they can spawn below a certain level, so... Maybe it's caving time. Maybe. Perhaps. Or is it Weevil time? I love that subreddit, Weevil time. Where people find weevils and they post them and they're like, is it Weevil time? Please tell me it's time. It's Weevil time, baby! I have not had Weevil time yet. I may have had Weevil time, but I'm not sure. I found a box of flour at my grandmother's house one time that had weevils in it. Or something similar, but it was long before I knew Weevil time, or Reddit even existed. It had bugs of some kind in it. I don't know if they were weevils or something else, but I love their little boots and their little snoots. They have snoots and boots. They're very cute. One thing I should do with that story about, like, Saber and Moira is I should, use, like, that Sam O'Nella Academy as inspiration. His video about pirates. You know, just show that being a pirate was not all it's cracked up to be. You know, you slept in the dark. Everybody stinks. You know, shit like that. Stupid, but kind of funny. Whoa. Let's go down, see what's in here. If anything. Nothing. I wish they would have air pockets, though. They don't have air pockets, and that's highly annoying. That shattered savanna is so pretty. Yeah, I think there's more swamp over here, isn't there? Yeah, more swamp. But yes, I love weevils. They're very cute. I don't know if they taste any good. People apparently, in piratey times, did not like them. Basically, you'd eat hardtack in the dark so you wouldn't see the weevils. And if you crunched them, it was just a surprise. Though, honestly, I feel like a Weevil would taste better than hardtack. I made hardtack one time for a project at school in elementary school, and I gave it to some kids. Like, I made it for the class, and, like, so many kids got fucking sick from it. I felt so bad. I felt so horrible. I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble, but... You know, I made at least 3 people throw up, and I felt so bad. And then I was like, what the hell's the big deal? So I took a bite out of it, and I was like, oh, yep, I see why. I see why. I was like 4th, 5th grade when I did that. Egg. Clay eggkin. Burnt. Slime. Please, I require the slime. Ooh. Sounds cool. But we all know my feelings on high elves. Or at least Fiotra's feelings. Oh, this is bullshit. Okay, let's see, that works. Interesting. It's annoying, but it works. Okay, no. These caves make me just a little bit claustrophobic. Even though it's in a game. Better kill some critters so that I have food for, the coming darkness. Yeah, I thought about doing that with Fiotra's playthrough on Morrowind, but I decided ultimately not to. Because I wouldn't really be able to have the same backstory as, she does in Skyrim, so... Actually, an ancestor wouldn't need the same backstory, but still. Need to kill some things. Piggy! Piggy! Bitch! Eat my ass! Bitch, eat my ass! Bitch! Ooh! I love that video. If any of you have ever seen the video of the guy, like the naked guy jumps off the dock and he goes, Bitch! Ooh! I love that video so much. It's just so perfect. Bitch! Ooh! Just jumps into the water totally naked. Bitch! Ooh! I love that so much. I had a soundboard at one point years ago, like for school, and I had that sound on the soundboard. And I'd get in trouble because, like, a kid would get in trouble for something and I'd just press it. Bitch! Ooh! And it was so perfect. For just every fucking situation. Chimkin. My eyes are playing tricks on me now. Bamboo, please, eyes. She want the big bamboo, get up big and long. The big bamboo, get up big and strong. The big bamboo, rise up great and tall. The big bamboo pleases one and all. I like that song. Sometimes I sing it specifically to annoy my dad. Because, for whatever reason, he hates it. He said it was because my aunt and uncle used to play it all the time, but I don't know. Which is weird, because now they're, like, super Catholic. And, like, I'd think that they would have purged a lot of their, funny music. It's so funny. Apparently my aunt used to listen to fucking Muse. And now, like, she won't. And it's sad, because Muse is really good. Not the most amazing thing, but, it's fun. I like Muse. I don't know what my favorite band is. I know who my favorite singer is, but I don't know my favorite band. Favorite singer is definitely Ella Fitzgerald, though. I actually got mad at my grandmother the other day because she was telling me that she thinks my voice is better than Ella Fitzgerald's, and I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? Blasphemy? Blasphemy. I mean, and it is blasphemy. I do not have a better voice than Ella Fitzgerald. No one has a better voice. Blasphemous. I mean, that woman, she could hit the notes. She is my inspiration.